But Ron, today we're talking about some things that really, I think, kind of surprised some people in the month of August. You said you had, what, 7 engine failures?
7 vehicles came in with failed engines that could have been prevented.
Preventable engine failures.
Exactly. And
which means
we're one shop. I mean, we're not like the only people that do engines, but I saw this and it alarmed me. It didn't need to happen.
So preventable.
Absolutely, totally preventable.
And you had to replace the engines.
We did.
Wow.
Yep, on 7 vehicles. Yeah, it was cha-ching, and I'd rather take care of your engine than replace it. Replacing an engine, it's just a lot of work. I mean,
I'm not doing it myself, Ron.
No, you're not going to do your own engine. Well, I mean, it's a lot of dollars, but it isn't. It isn't something.
Tedious.
Yeah, you don't get rich off doing it.
Yeah.
We'd rather take care of it, but it was all related to engine oil, and it was all engine oil sludge, which is becoming a real problem. I mean, we didn't see it for a long time. And we're starting to see it more.
Why is that
now.
the case?
Well, I think there's 2 reasons for that. One reason is the manufacturers have extended the drain intervals. We're being told that you can go longer between oil changes, but they've got it run right up to the wire to where, if they say 5,000 miles, you better be changing it at 5,000. And what happens is we're all busy. And our lifestyles are busy, so they say 5,000, and the message comes on, the light comes on, or you hit that mark, and it ends up being 6,000, 6,500, 6,800 miles, and it's too late. I mean, it was taken, up to the edge, and it was let go too long. And what happens is oil wears out. It gets tired and it wears out. It's still in the engine. You don't lose it. But it breaks down, and the stuff in there that protects your engine, the wear additives and the cleaners fail, and when that happens, the oil's just kind of moving around, and this murky sludge builds up. And I think we've got some pictures somewhere. Here we go. That's the inside of an engine.
Yuck.
That has sludge, and it's black, thick.
So the lubrication properties are pretty much gone.
Correct. Absolutely.
The gum up properties are really strong.
The gum up has really picked up. We could maybe recoat a driveway or something with that. And that stuff's, it's near impossible to get it out of there. I mean, when you drain your oil, it stays in there. And so now you've got that stuff moving around. It's got some dirt and grit and carbon in it that's going to cause stuff to wear.
Now, is there any way to remove all that from the engine?
The only way to really remove, like in a case like that, that's how it should look.
Oh, wow.
That's a clean engine that could have somewhere around 150,000 miles on it, but the oil's been properly changed. The only way to remove that sludge is to actually disassemble the engine and clean it out of there, take it apart.
So there's no real additive or anything you couldn't add.
There are some additives out there, and they work to some degree, but they're not going to get all that. The best additive is to not let it happen in the first place, and that's make sure and get your oil changed. I've got a friend, Mike Swift, owns Trails End Auto Salvage. Yeah, and I asked him, and this was a few months ago, just out of curiosity. I said, what's the #1 part that you guys sell? And I'm thinking like a hood or a fender. I mean, something when your car gets in an accident. He said engines.
No way.
Engines are the #1.
Really?
Yeah, they sell more
I never would have
engines
guessed that.
than anything else.
I would have said mirrors.
Mirrors. I'm sure they sell a lot of mirrors.
Ron,
yeah.
I might need a mirror. That's what I did this morning, pulling out of the driveway in my hurry to get here to KCWI.
See?
I don't know if my husband's watching or not, but I hit the garage with my van. So on the way out, can you check my minivan?
I can do that. That's not an uncommon repair. I'd rather buy a mirror than an engine.
It folds, so I haven't looked at it closely, but it's the one that folds, so I think I'm okay, but it got the side of the garage pretty good, too. I was waiting for the light to pop in the house, and my husband to go, I just have it out here. Didn't wake anybody up. So.
He just rolled over and went back to sleep.
He's alive.
All right, so the sludge, that's one of the problems.
Yeah,
okay.
Here's another picture. This would be the part that sits in the oil pan and sucks the oil up. And on the left, you can see it's a screen that pre-filters or leaves the big chunks out, so to speak.
Strains the oil.
Exactly. And on the right-hand side, it gets plugged up with sludge, and then it can't draw the oil up into the engine, so then the engine starves for oil, and it's ruined.
Burns up.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. Some of the passages inside an engine anymore that the oil goes through, they're about the diameter of the lead on a pencil. I mean, they're really
So that can
tiny,
get plugged
small.
up really easy.
Oh
too.
yeah, it doesn't take long, and so it's concerning to me, when you see people come in and have to spend, $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, $8,000 to put an engine in a car, and it could have been prevented. And it might not be that person's fault. Maybe they bought the vehicle, pre-owned or secondhand, and the first person didn't change oil, and the sludge process started on it. So
now, what happens if you do? I'm glad you mentioned that. But what happens if you do purchase a car like that? You get a used car, and you find out that maybe someone didn't maintain it properly. Would it be beneficial for them to get up with the program, or is the damage already done?
Well, it depends what level. I mean, if it's like that first picture we saw where there's that much gunk inside.
Yeah, you're out of luck.
Yeah, I mean, drive it till the engine fails. But if it's like in the early stages or has a little bit in there, yeah, always start maintaining. It's kind of like smoking. The damage is done to your lungs, but whenever you quit, I mean, it's beneficial. You don't just keep going on.
Right.
So
good comparison.
Thank you. One thing that you could do is if it's you don't want to spend hours of time, but on most vehicles there's usually something you can remove on an engine to take a look at it. Some cars the oil pan might come off easily or a valve cover. So if you're looking at buying a pre-owned vehicle and they don't have the maintenance records, so you don't know how often or if the oil's been changed on a regular basis, it might be worth the money just to have one of those items.
Now,
pulled
what if
off
somebody
and
out there
look
saying,
inside.
I'm looking at a car right now, can I bring it over to your place? Can you pop the valve cover off and take a look at it?
Absolutely.
Can you do that for 'em?
Yeah, we do pre-purchase inspections.
Okay,
with
what does that cost
Short
normally?
notice. The basic inspection's going to be about $100,
Okay.
and depending on what you have to take off, I mean, you could add another, $40 to $80 to that to take a look at it. But
good peace of mind.
yeah. Or if they have maintenance records, it doesn't matter because you can look at it and see that it's been routinely done.
Okay, good. But change your oil. That's
Change
the bottom
your oil,
line.
please. Change your oil.
When it says to change it, do it.
Exactly.
Now, what
It's
does
the
it
cheapest thing you can do to your car.
What does it cost for an oil change nowadays?
Depending what it uses for oil, because some use a synthetic oil, but $40 to $80. I mean, I can't do a whole lot to your engine for $80.
Right. That's what some people call the cheapest form of insurance.
It is, absolutely.
Wonderful. So
Yep,
people want to get more information on any engine problems like these or some other maintenance tips, they can get a hold of you?
Absolutely. They can get a hold of me at westsideautopros.com. They can call us. They can go to askronthecarguy.com. Or when you're on the air, they can just say, hey, I broke my mirror off. Take a look at it.
And then on the way out, you have a chance to go down there and check it out.
Absolutely.
in the parking lot.
Absolutely. In the parking lot.
Or check my garage, please, Ron.
Now he's into garage repairs on top of it. I'll come and fix your garage at
That's
home.
tomorrow after she gets home.
We'll have to call Rebel for the garage repairs.
So, Rebel, you might have another job to fix Molly's garage door. Wonderful. Ron the Car Guy, thank you, sir. Great job as always.
All right, thank
buddy.
you.
We'll be right back. It is 6:52. This is Great Day Live on KC.